have invited 3 contestants to defend their problematic heartthrobs from the 90s. No one knows which problematic fave belongs to who.
Diddy's a scammer.
Through a series of rounds, each contestant must defend their fave, give them their flowers, and call out their problematic past without identifying their standing heart.
Bobby smells like Uncle Cologne and cigarettes.
The winner is the person who matches the most contestants with their problematic fave. This is Can You Guess My Problematic Fave? Today's contestants are 3 aunties who are ready to defend Bobby Brown, Tyrese Gibson, and P. Diddy.
My name is Mimi and I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts. I became an aunt at the young age of 12. I have a 14-year-old nephew.
My name is Samantha and I'm from Harlem. I have 26 nieces and nephews and 8 great nieces and nephews. So I'm also a great aunt.
My name is Kim. I am from West Orange, New Jersey. I'm originally from Trinidad. I have, oh boy, at least 20 nieces and nephews.
Round 1. Say something nice. Let's get this party started by first explaining why we love our heartthrobs. Tyrese, you're up first.
I fell in love with Tyrese because of Sweet Lady. Tyrese is deemed as like this bad boy, but there's still a piece of innocence attached to him. It's just, look at him, he's so fun. Look at his smile.
I know.
He's so beautiful.
What about Baby Boy? Tyrese has beautiful brown skin, has a fit body, beautiful voice. That's why Tyrese is a heartthrob.
That's what I was going to say.
That problematic movie, yeah.
Oh yeah, with all those muscles all out.
Oh,
In that movie that he was with Taraji, she spent a lot of time sucking her thumb. But if I was sitting in a room with Tyrese with his clothes where he was looking, I'd be sucking my thumb too.
Well, all right, Auntie Kim, let's move on to P. Diddy.
Diddy is an icon. He's touched everything. He's touched everyone. At least he's tried to. Diddy is a heartthrob because he comes off as powerful. He comes off as intelligent.
So, you know, for a black man back then, he was everything. He was everything.
I think Diddy's a heartthrob. I think he's very beautiful. Something about his features make him very beautiful. The way he wants to present himself is like as a clean person, like just clean.
Bobby Brown, you are next.
New edition. Boston's finest.
Right.
I'm from Massachusetts.
So what's the
Boston's finest.
Yeah.
I'm not from Boston, but Massachusetts finest right here. He had it all. He had sex appeal. He had charisma. He had the energy that all the girls wanted. Bobby Brown is an overall like heartthrob, just a beautiful soul.
I think of Bobby, I think of his movements.
Yes.
I think of Bobby.
Bobby is a dancer. Bobby is a dancer.
Bobby worked what he had. You know, when he moved his hips, you felt it. You felt something.
Even in his reality shows, you got to kind of see the man, the father, right? The husband, right? The family man.
Now that we've all said something nice, for the most part, let's heat things up by talking about our heartthrob's problematic past. Let's begin with Bobby Brown.
I would say when, Bobby got probably bad press when he was always getting arrested.
I mean, when I think about Bobby, I think about him and Whitney in that being Bobby Brown, and just, they look like they're always high, and it's like things I don't want to see. When I think about being Bobby Brown, the curtain completely removed with, to me, absolutely no regard for who was watching, what they're thinking. It was like they were home. I thought that was a bit much.
I think a lot of people were putting a lot of things on Bobby and not really holding Whitney accountable with some of the things.
Absolutely. There was a reality in the 90s where people either knew someone who maybe had an addiction, had a family member who had an addiction. And I think now, I think we do give a lot of grace. And I think maybe sometimes with celebrity addictions, maybe it has made it more okay.
Okay, now what about P. Diddy?
Diddy's a scammer.
Diddy gets bad press for the thing that happened with J-Lo, right? The shooting in the club, right? And then Diddy gets bad press for not paying his artists, right?
All of them.
To be fair, he was kind of upfront, right? Yeah. Bad boy worldwide. So
I do think Diddy is a problematic man in the sense of how he runs some of his businesses, like the music industry. Take the things that, you know, people are still trying to sue you for to this day and try to make it better. But I don't see him doing that. You know what I mean? Like, why is Mace still trying to sue Diddy?
He's been doing a lot for a long time that doesn't get pressed. He had a nonprofit called Daddy's House, right? That was run by Sister Soldier. He has a school in Harlem. Because my oldest benefited from Daddy's House programs, it made sense that my youngest then would benefit from Capital Prep. White people in the industry are gonna say he did it right. They're gonna also say your artist should have read their contracts.
Yep.
Did they read their contracts?
Yep.
Did they know what they were getting into? This is the business of music, and this is how it's done. And even outside of the music industry, right, we as Black people, we hold our, right, Black celebrities or our Black examples to a higher standard.
Yes. You know, he dated Lori Harvey after Lori Harvey dated his son. Like, that is something.
Last but not least, Tyrese.
Why is Tyrese problematic?
Why you gotta get on those videos and cry? It gets to a point where it gets a little angsty. I am a little old school. Yes, I like strength. You know, for me, when he's getting on camera and crying all the time, it just feels like, yo, dude, get it together. You know, that's not what you show. That is not attractive to me.
He has like an arrogance and you know, a beef starting thing that is not sexy.
I think Kim was giving Tyrese a little bit of a hard time with just being emotional. We raise our Black men to either hold in their emotions, or if they have an issue with somebody, they are supposed to use their hands, and that's it. I feel like it's healthy. It's a healthy outlet to just talk about how you feel and to express how you feel and to cry it out.
If they're unleashing in a positive way, good, right? Or right, he didn't cry and didn't let it out, and now he's
Lashing out.
on the Oscar stage smacking somebody.
Right.
Round 3, the reveal. Okay, aunties, it is now time for our reveal. But before you reveal your problematic fave, I think Samantha has something to say.
So I think overall, something that is problematic to me is cancel culture. I think that people should have room to make mistakes.
A lot of Black and brown people, a lot of Black people actually, are more canceled than white people. If cancel culture is going to be a thing, it needs to be equal, and it's not.
It must be so hard these days trying to maintain your image as a celebrity and live your life. Celebrity is almost like a prison in a lot of ways.
Yes. All right, so Mimi, heard what you were saying about Bobby, heard what you were saying about Diddy, but I saw you get flushed when you was talking about Tyrese.
Well, I understand the Tyrese choice. I'm gonna say your favorite is Diddy. I'm gonna say your favorite is Tyrese.
I'm gonna say Harlem World. I'm gonna say Diddy. Cause you from Harlem, it has to be.
Who do you think my favorite is?
Bobby.
Now, on the count of 3, please stand by your problematic fave. 1, 2, 3.
I knew it!
I knew Harlem World, see?
I got both wrong. Don't peg me to do a quiz. I'll be wrong.
Thank you so much for playing our game today, aunties. Any last words before we go?
All these men influenced style and culture and music, and I love them. I appreciate them, and they're just amazing Black men.
We've had some great men, and we gotta hold them and protect them and support them whenever possible.